Now, I know this is a Team of the Week predictions video, but I had to intro this video with this. Look at that. Super Optimus Prime Thierry Henry is now mine. I completed his SBC, and now my club is, it's pretty much empty. Was it worth it in terms of coins? Definitely not, but it's Thierry Henry. I had to have him in my club. If you guys want to see a video from me where I complete the SBCs to get this item, or if you want to see a player review on this Prime Henry, let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, we're obviously not here today to talk about the Henry item. We're here today to predict the upcoming Team of the Week. Team of the Week 29 will drop on Wednesday, and if I'm being honest, it's not looking like an amazing Team of the Week. There's a couple of good looking cards potentially coming, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be all too impressive. Before we get into things, you guys know the drill. In the comments below, let me know who you think will get an inform this week. Also, if you could leave a like on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I've seen the stats for these videos. I know that most of you watching are not subscribed yet, so come on, do me a favour, get signed into a YouTube account and hit that subscribe button. So before we get into my predictions, let's talk about the potential informs. These are the players who I think could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week, but haven't made it into my predictions, either due to me not thinking they're going to get an inform, or just me not having enough space to include them. So we'll start off by talking about Emil Forsberg. He got himself a goal and an assist in a 5-0 win against Hertha Berlin. Kurt Zouma got a goal in a 2-0 win against West Ham. David De Gea made 7 saves in a 2-1 win for Man United against Watford. Yuri Tillemans got himself an assist in a 2-0 win against Bournemouth. Inaki Williams got a goal and an assist in a 2-1 win against Girona. Verdi got a goal and an assist in a 4-1 win against Roma. Huraru got himself a hat-trick in a 3-2 win against St. Gallen. In fact, all of these players I'm about to list scored hat-tricks, but I haven't been able to include them in my predictions. Isaac, he scored 3 goals, but all 3 of them were penalties. Waghorn got a hat-trick. Someone called Nemeth got a hat-trick in the MLS. I just couldn't include these guys because there were so many hat-tricks this week. So all of these guys could very well be in the upcoming Team of the Week, but I just couldn't find space for them, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for long enough. There are so many potential informs this week, I don't have enough time to list them all. But nonetheless, let's get into my actual 23-man prediction now. In the comments below, like I said at the start, let me know who you think will get an inform this week. Let me know who you think I've missed out of my 23-man squad. Okay, so let's get into things. The 2 goalkeepers I have gone for this week are Strakosha of Lazio and Neto of Valencia. Now, straight away, I'm not that confident in my goalkeeper picks this week, but I'll give the reasons for them anyway. Strakosha made 7 saves in a 1-0 win for Lazio against Inter Milan. He also got a pretty high match rating, and thus, that's why I have included him. This would be a second inform for him, and it looks like a pretty good potential inform. On the right side of the screen is Neto. He made 5 saves in a 1-0 win for Valencia against Sevilla. I'm less confident about this pick, but nonetheless, if he was selected, it would produce a really nice goalkeeper inform. Welcome to Wingback City. On this page, we have 3 potential inform wingbacks. Over on the left, we have PSG's Kehrer. He got himself an assist and a very good match rating in PSG's win against Toulouse. That guy's got a 5-star weak foot in FIFA, interestingly enough. I don't think he'd make for a good right wingback, but nonetheless, hopefully he picks up an inform this week. In the middle of the page is Kostic. He's pretty much I would say one of the more guaranteed players to get an inform this week. He scored twice in a 3-0 win for his side against Stuttgart. He got a very high match rating, and 2 goals for a defender is pretty awesome. 2 goals and a clean sheet is even better. The final player on this page is Patrick Van Aanholt, who could get his first inform of FIFA 19. He got a goal in Crystal Palace's 2-0 win against Huddersfield. This was a very big 3 points for Crystal Palace, and this win actually sent Huddersfield down. It actually guaranteed their relegation from the Premier League, so it was a pretty important match, and thus that's why I've opted to include Van Aanholt. Over on the next page, we've got a couple more defensive players. We've also got a Bernardo Silva. We'll go from left to right, shall we? We'll start by talking about Jonas Hector. He got himself a goal and an assist from a midfield position in a 4-0 win for Cologne against Kiel. Now, this guy normally plays left wing back, and he may have started in a left wing back role. I'm not 100% sure, but for most of the game, I believe he played in a CDM position. On the starting 11 team sheet that Cullen tweeted out, he was started in a midfield position, but on a couple of websites, they have him down as starting as a left wing back. So it'll be interesting to see what he do with this one, but I believe he should be a CDM card if he's given the inform. Anyway, moving on to Vitor Hugo, he got himself an assist in a 1-1 draw against Torino. Obviously, an assist for a centre-back is decent, but the fact he got a decent match rating and man of the match is the reason why I have chosen to include him. But I'm not that confident in him getting an inform, because obviously his side didn't win the game and he did concede as a defender. The final player on this page is Bernardo Silva. He got himself a goal and an assist in a 2-0 win for Man City against Fulham. In this match, Sergio Aguero also got a goal and an assist, but I don't think he's going to get an inform for that. Bernardo Silva could, however, although I'm not that confident in that pick because obviously it was against Fulham. But this Team of the Week does lack some big names, and Bernardo Silva could potentially be the headlining player for Team of the Week 29. On the next page, we have Saul of Atletico Madrid. He got himself a goal in a 4-0 win for Atletico against Deportivo. Now, in this game, Koke got 2 assists, so maybe he could get the inform instead. However, everywhere I looked, Saul got a high match rating, and that's why I've opted to include him instead. David Neres, Ajax's Brazilian winger, is the player in the middle of the page. He got himself a goal, and he also got the Eredivisie's Player of the Week award. He got a goal in Ajax's 3-1 win over PSV in a top-of-the-table clash, so this game was pretty big, and those are the reasons I've opted for him. The final player on the end of this page is a Silva. It's Biancadi. He got himself a hat-trick in a 3-1 win for his team. Moving on to Mr. Poulsen, this guy, wow, he got himself a hat-trick in a 5-0 win for RB Leipzig against Hertha Berlin. Now, in this same game, Emil Forsberg got himself a goal and an assist and a very high match rating, so he could get the inform instead. However, I'm going to stick with Poulsen, who scored a hat-trick, and he could pick up a very impressive-looking high-rated inform if he is selected. So, yeah, be nice to see Poulsen get another inform. If his dribbling gets upgraded by a decent amount on this card could be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, moving on to another Bundesliga player, we have Paco Alcacer. This guy got himself 2 goals in a 2-0 win for Borussia Dortmund against Wolfsburg. Now, both goals came very late into the game, and this was just a very important win for Dortmund, with Bayern Munich drawing earlier that day. So a very big win for Dortmund, and that's why I think he could feature. The final player on this page is, I think it's Andreas Weimann. He got himself 3 goals in a 3-2 win for his side against Sheffield United. On this next page, we have plenty of goals, and we're going to start by talking about someone who scored 4 goals in a match. I'm of course referring to Al-Shari, who got 4 goals in a 5-4 win for his side. If he scored 4 times, I think it's very likely that he'll be making an appearance in Team of the Week 29. I will be shocked to see this guy not included. In the middle of the page is Belfodil. He got himself 2 goals and an assist in a 4-1 win for Hoffenheim against Bayer Leverkusen. He also got a decent match rating as well. The final player on this page is Pozuelo. I definitely have his name wrong, but we will soldier on nonetheless. He got himself 2 goals and an assist in a 4-0 win for Toronto against New York City FC. This guy also got a very high match rating, and that's why I've opted to include him. On this next page is even more goals. Everyone on this page scored either 3 goals or more in their latest game. We will start by talking about Carlos Vela, who could get a very impressive looking inform card this week. He got himself 3 goals and an assist in a 5-0 win for LA against San Jose. So yeah, Carlos Vela could get himself a really nice looking inform on Wednesday. In the middle of the page is a potential inform Munas de Bear. I say potential, this is another inform that should be guaranteed. He scored 4 goals in a 5-1 win. Once again, 4 goals in a game for an attacker. That should pretty much guarantee yourself a pretty nice looking inform. The final player on this page is David Williams. He scored 3 goals in a 4-1 win against the Newcastle Jets. One of the goals was a penalty, which actually could cost him this week, but nonetheless, I'm going to go for it because he too, as you can imagine, also got a pretty high match rating. And now we arrive on the final page of my prediction this week, and we've got some interesting looking cards to finish this prediction video off. Over on the left, we have a potential informed Zapata. Now this guy got himself 2 goals in a 3-1 win for Atalanta in a win against Parma. Now in that game, Alejandro Gomez got 2 assists, and I believe he also got a higher match rating than Zapata. But because Zapata has a headliners card, that's why I've opted to pick him instead of Gomez. As we all know, EA do tend to favour headliner and one-to-watch cards, so yeah, that's my reason for picking Zapata. In the middle of the page, we have James Forrest. He got himself a goal and an assist in a 2-1 win for Celtic against Rangers. Celtic versus Rangers is likely to produce an inform in my opinion, just because obviously it's a pretty big rivalry. Forrest getting a goal and an assist puts him as the most likely informed choice in my opinion. So yeah, I think we could get a fair informed Forrest, and if he does get an inform, that card looks pretty damn good. The final player on this page and the final player in my predictions this week is a potential informed Balotelli, and yeah, his card didn't come out as I thought it would, so I've made a bit of a graphical error there, but let's just ignore that. Let's ignore the fact that his face is bang in the middle of that card. He could potentially get an inform this week. He scored 2 goals in a 2-2 draw. Now, the draw might cost him, but Balotelli got a very high match rating, and that's why I've opted to include him despite only scoring twice in a draw. Anyway guys, those are my predictions for Team of the Week 29. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comment section down below. There were so many hat-tricks scored this week, so literally there are so many players who could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week, so I'm sure I've got a bunch of these wrong. But nonetheless, in the comments below, let me know who you think will feature in Team of the Week 29. If you could leave a like on the video, that would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.